Here's a little story of what we're doing today. Don't you dare. Don't do it. You did it anyways. Joe and I are going to be Joe and I are going to be watching Lord of the Rings. Joe loves Lord of the Rings. I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings. I know that the guy with the big eyes is in it, and do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
And that's all I know. But it's one of Joe's favorite series, so I wanted to make it special. So we're doing some like themed food with it. That's the story. So tomorrow we're gonna watch, hopefully, I know it's really long, so we can't really do a one-day marathon. I'm going to try. Nice, don't bite my feet. No! We're gonna try to watch it as quick as possible. I guess. I don't know. It probably will last longer than a day, but I'm only going to theme for one day. Here's my menu. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Apparently in Lord of the Rings, there's first breakfast and second breakfast.
What about second breakfast? Don't think he knows about second breakfast, Pip.
I'm just going to have one breakfast, but it's going to have a lot of food. So I'm going to have breads and cheeses. I have English muffins for Joe. We're going to have eggs and bacon. And then I have brie that I'm gonna heat up with some jam. That'll also be kind of our snacking throughout the day. And then I got pre-made these Danishes from Aldi. I got strawberry and I think raspberry. Basically a continental breakfast kind of thing. So that's breakfast. Don't need to really prep anything for that. Lunch, we're going to be having some ham and cheese sandwiches. Just gonna be regular honey ham. I'm probably gonna try a ham and cheese sandwich that is honey ham, apple slices, I like Honey Crisp for that, and brie cheese. And then the sauce that I'm gonna use on both mine and Joe's, though I'm pretty sure he's just gonna go with Swiss, just mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. Using sourdough bread, I kind of felt like that was gonna give it a little more like Hobbit feel rather than just like processed white or wheat bread. I'm also gonna be making sweet potato fries for lunch because I have them and I love sweet potato fries. Then for dinner, we're going to be doing a slow cooker potato soup, which I will be making later in this video, but I don't need to prep that. I just need to start that early in the morning. With the potato soup, of course, we'll have the bread. Lots of bread and cheese. That's a lot of this theme is bread and cheese, which happens to be my two favorite food groups, so works out for me very well. And then for dessert, this is part of what I'm going to be prepping today, we're doing a blackberry cobbler. It was cobbler because it's easier than pie. And then the other thing that I'm going to be prepping is a sangria. There was something, I looked all these things up online of like how to theme for Lord of the Rings. And by the way, there's so much options. It took me forever to like narrow it down to just this simple one-day menu. Apparently there's some sort of drink that someone don't know that people thought a sangria would be the best for. I have no idea why. So just trusting it. I'm actually going to start with the sangria. This pitcher at Target. Really simple, by the way. Just simple glass pitcher, 15 bucks. So this is just a fruity sangria with red wine. So I need to get out my cutting board as well. And my knife. All you have to do for this one is you put in the fruits first, and then you put in the remaining liquids and sugar, and you just stir it till the sugar dissolves. So what this requires is one orange slice. It doesn't say to peel it. I'm going to. Also, I've never peeled an orange, so if you're judging how I do it, thank you. I hate the smell of oranges, I'm not gonna lie. I hate any citrus smells, so this is actually diabolical right now. People like to drink sangria, particularly my mom, with the fruit in it. I just like the liquid. I like what it does, but I don't like I don't like drinking chunkiness. Like I don't like to chew on a drink. I'm assuming actually I wasn't supposed to peel this because that's probably going to keep all the pulp in it, but I already started. So, oh my God, my eyes are watering. I hate the smell of oranges, dude. I think that actually went really well. I think I peeled that really well actually. And then I'm just going to slice it and I'm going to throw it in there and boop, boop, boop. Done. Also needs a lemon slice. Wait a minute, pause. Alex's lemonade stand. I don't know if I posted about this in college, but I was in a club called Lemon Club, and I was the marketing chair for it. We were there to raise money for the specific nonprofit Alex's Lemonade Stand, which is for children's cancer. I love whenever I see them anywhere. So we need one lemon slice. This one I really assume you're not supposed to peel, so I'm not going to. But I also kind of regret peeling the orange, but it's fine. Oh, I forgot lemons have seeds. I'll be taking those out. It's not exactly great slices, but it's okay. Boop. Luckily, these are the only two citruses, which is good because I really personally don't like citrus. I'm just trusting that this recipe should be made as is. Perfect. The next thing is you need half a cup of sliced strawberries. I'm just gonna get my half cup out and fill up the strawberries as I go. And I'm also gonna wash them as I go because you should always wash your kind of berry fruits. I might also do a little bit extra than half a cup because this half cup seems so small compared to the amount of lemon that I have in there. I want the strawberries to like be the main flavor. Normally I cut my strawberries different than this. I don't really do slices. I like to slice them down the middle and then slice them so they're almost not really cubed, but just smaller cuts. Like I'll do this next one like it. So what I do is I take the strawberry down the middle and then from there I cut it and slice it like a normal strawberry so you end up getting 2 little pieces rather than 1 big slice. I don't know why I cut like that. I was never taught to cut like that, but I started doing it for like wraps. So that's half a cup. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna add probably another 1/4 cup. Bloop, bloop. All right, so far so good. And then the next thing that we're supposed to do is nectarines. I only have peaches. And I don't really know exactly how to measure like half a cup of a peach, so I'm just gonna add 1 and see if it looks good. Could put it in the cup that I have out already, but I feel like peach pits are so much harder to cut than like any other anything. I'm actually gonna cut around it maybe. Good enough. And then it did say sliced, so I'm gonna make these smaller. I'm also not peeling these because I really regret peeling the orange. I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to. That's what happens when directions are slightly vague and I'm on YouTube. Beautiful. I feel like that's enough peach. Okay then. So then the next thing is I'm supposed to do 1 bottle of red wine. I like sweet wine, so I made sure that I bought a sweet red wine. It's Cosmo berry, so it's strawberry, I think grapefruit and cranberry. 750 milliliters, so is that what this is? It is. Brilliant. And then it says it wants orange vodka or a different fruity vodka, and I already had raspberry vodka, so that's what I decided I'm gonna use. So it says half a cup of orange vodka. Great, in that goes. Then it also says a half a cup of triple sec. Good. Delish. And then it says half a cup of fruit juice. I'm just gonna go with the cranberry. And then honestly, I thought that all of the ingredients were on this page, so I only took a screenshot of this page, and turns out the amount of sugar that you need is on here. So I'm gonna make an educated guess. I'm gonna go with half a cup. You know what? I'm actually gonna go with a 1/4 cup. Brilliant. Then all it says to do is just stir until everything is combined and your sugar has dissolved. It smells really good. Wow. And there you go. And then all you do is you store it in the fridge. It says to store it for a day. I think some say overnight. It's definitely at least gonna be in there for 24 hours. Now I need to move on to the blackberry cobbler. So I'm going to clean my station so I can start with the clean station when I get started on this. Okay, my station is all cleared, so now I'm going to start on the blackberry cobbler. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be cooking this right away because I want it to be warm when Joe and I have it tomorrow. But because we are dedicating so much time to watching the movie tomorrow, I want to have it prepped and ready to go in the oven by the time we want to eat it tomorrow. So for me personally, I pretty much had everything that I needed for this blackberry cobbler already, except the blackberries. So we need a large bowl because we're probably going to pour all this together in here. 1 cup of sugar with the flour in a large bowl. Just need 1 cup of sugar and then all of our flour, which is 1 cup of flour. Stir in the milk, then the melted butter, mix well until combined. And I'm gonna get my butter pre-melted so that way I can stir in the milk and the butter right after each other. I need a whole cup of milk. It says whole milk is best, but I had 2%, so 2% it is because I'm not gonna buy milk for just 1 cup. Mixa, 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 mixa. Pour onto the bottom of a greased 9x9 pan. And then we're just gonna pour onto the bottom. Distribute the berries throughout the top. So I gotta actually make sure that I wash my berries first because I haven't done that. Just remembered it said 9x9 and this is a 9x13. Oops, forgot my shapes, but it's fine. And then it says to actually top it with a 1/4 cup of sugar. And I will bake this tomorrow. You could see why it needed to be a 9x9, but totally fine.
The next day.
Good morning. I was so hungry this morning that we had breakfast first. So now I'm going to make our potato soup. It's actually a potato soup corn chowder, mainly because I had a crap ton of corn. So this is a pretty easy recipe. It is literally just combine all ingredients except for half and half and put it in the slow cooker for about 4 to 6 hours. This is my little crock pot that I have from my mom. It's a little old, but it's just for a small serving. So we start with 1 1/4 pound of potatoes. It did call for russet potatoes, but russet potatoes I would have had to have like a 5-pound bag and I wouldn't have used them all. So I just got little potatoes. All right, Joe has to make a call, so I'm just gonna cut up these little potatoes. I'm just gonna cube them. It doesn't say to cube them. I'm pretty sure it says actually that you shouldn't. but I think that's gonna make it easier to eat later. So I'm gonna see how much this bag is. It might tell me how many pounds it is. 1.5 pounds. So I'm actually gonna be doing most of this bag, minus maybe like, we'll probably say like 5 potatoes. Say hi. So let's try this again. So it said 4 cups of corn. I have about 12 cans of these. They're from my Nana. I'm gonna measure out whatever 4 cups would be. 1 cup. Okay, Toffee. 2 cups. Shame. Shame. A little extra. 4. Next thing was half of a yellow onion. All right, so you guys watched how yesterday when I made the sangria, I cried when I was cutting the orange. Watch me not cry cutting the onion. The cool thing about cutting onions is that they are already so cut in themselves because they have layers.
Layers! Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers? You get it. We both have layers.
They're probably one of the easiest vegetables to like cut into tiny pieces because they already practically are tiny pieces. Anyway, like I said, no tears. No tears from cutting said onion. Just don't get the juice in your onion. You don't psych yourself up about it, you'll be fine. But I'll cry cutting an orange. Make that make sense. And then it was just half a cup of celery. Cut off the tops, cut off the bottoms. I'm gonna slice down the center first. And now I'll slice horizontally so they're little itty bitty pieces. That is half a cup. We're done with all our cutting now. So now we do a 1/4 teaspoon of seasoned salt. Chicken stock. This is 32, so I only need about half of it. I'm actually going to measure this. Normally how I measure it is I hold my fingers here and then I pour until I can feel that the liquid is right there. But it also told me like 16 ounces or 4 cups doing the math for me, so I don't have to do that stupid method. I'm starting to think 32 ounces is 4 cups, which would mean that I actually need 16 ounces and 4 cups. I'm just gonna pour the whole thing, see how it goes. God forbid, I'm just a girl. At some point I know I stop and I put half and half in here, and I also am asked to immersion blend part of it, so I will be doing that, but I probably won't film that because that'll be silly, so I'll just film when we try it. So just know that at some point I do scoop half of this into a blender and I blend it, then put it back, and then I add the half and half. And then I've just forgot to do the garlic, but luckily it's literally been probably 2 minutes, so asked for 3 to 4 cloves, so I am just doing 2 decent forkfuls of minced garlic.
Many hours later.
The chowder has been going for 3 hours and it smells so freaking good. I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna finally try the sangria. I have these big old wine glasses.
Mama y papa.
Cheers. That's good. That is really good. Definitely turned out sweet. I could still taste a little bit of the kind of bitterness from a cranberry, which is good because I think that offsets the sweetness just enough. We are only, it's 3 o'clock. We're only halfway through the first movie. We're doing great. Oh. No. All right. Corn chowder is done. We have our second glass of sangria with it. I poured it a little heavier this time. And then we have some bread for dipping. That gets better the more you chew it. I do wish it was a little creamier. I've made creamier ones before. Honestly, the taste is really good. Good? Success? Yay! And I put the cobbler in the oven, so we're gonna be having that later.
Yum.
Yum! It's a little doughier, like cakey than I thought it would be. I'm used to peach cobbler where it's all like crumbly sugar.
Yum.
Cakier than I thought. Like I said, I thought it would be like crumbly and sweet like a peach cobbler or an apple crisp, which I definitely prefer that, but this is still pretty good. Yum, successful day.
All thanks to her. She's amazing.
I did stuff too.
Wash dishes.
That's not true. He did stuff. He did breakfast and he did stuff with lunch. He just didn't do the prep stuff that I showed you guys. Bye.